Hello, everybody. Scott Golden with the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel and the Mid South Wrestling Review Series, June the 2nd, 1984. I have finished all of 1984. We're going to have that up within the next 48 hours. So we're starting 1985 as we start the new year, hopefully by the end of the weekend. Chris Adams explains who Stella Mae French is. Stella Mae French, of course, they are kind of doing a joint show with the Mid-South area and World Class, I guess. They show backstage or background stuff with Jimmy Garvin. Stella Mae French, of course, the, I guess, aunt who raised Sunshine. They kind of bring that about. This is a promo that if you've listened to the World Class series that I've done, over 300 episodes there, you've already heard my thoughts on this promo. It's just bicycled around. Stella Mae French does a promo that basically she swears at Jimmy Garvin. She wants to get even with Garvin. Garvin has Precious at the time, I believe Precious at the time, and that's there. Adams warns about Stella Mae French, and ultimately it leads to more continuation of the issues there. Jim Cornette basically admits to attacking Robert Gibson. Basically says that there's nothing that anyone can do to stop him. He hasn't done anything illegal, and he's willing to pay for whatever he has done here anyway. Then we move to the first match of the program. Odd to see about almost 10, 12 minutes of promos. Lots of promo heavy stuff here. Vestry and Bryson against the Rock and Roll Express. Of course, the Rock and Roll Express, former multi-time tag team champions, and they run with the Midnights for the remainder of the year, actually, or almost close to it anyway. The Rock and Rolls are former tag team champions here. Obviously, Morton and Gibson, a big deal, and we kind of see things kind of going forward there. Very basic match, very simplistic match. Morton starts off, takes and then tags to Gibson. Gibson grabs the leg and stays on the leg for a while. Morton switches back in and works over the leg of his opponent as well. Kind of into the side headlocks and then back into the leg locks. Rock and Roll Express proving that even in matches with enhancement talent, they work together as a good team. There is the basic tag offs and all of that. The kickoffs there. Morton, kind of the leader of the team, and Bryson comes in. He's gets taken down pretty simply. Gibson out the back door and makes things go in the direction that serves him to the greatest degree. Ultimately, we kind of see the headlock takeover attempted and successfully executed by Gibson. Morton comes back in, Irish whip by Morton. Morton gets tackled in the corner with the shots into the midsection. Morton comes out of the corner and kind of ducks around there. Hard shots by Gibson. Gibson with a shot under the chin, and ultimately wants to do everything he can to get things going in his way. Double drop kick, and the Rock and Roll Express get your victory there. Masa Ito against Sonny King. Sonny King, of course, relative newcomer to the area. He is the, I guess, African American. They've tried to prepare for the eventual leaving of the Junkyard Dog. I don't know if the dog has actually officially left yet, but as we go into the summer and fall bookers change, Bill Dundee comes in as booker, so we see a lot of changes there. King looks to be in $1 million bucks worth of shape, although he doesn't necessarily get everything he wants. A bit of a early attempted strike battle. Both guys are nervous around each other, and King ends up striking first. Ito, who is here for a few more months, but kind of has seen better days in the promotion as far as things are concerned. Not to say that he can't become something more, but at the same time, I don't know where he goes from here, but I know he's not with Mid-South at the end of the year, for example. King gets a pretty heavy push and kind of stays on the arm of Ito for a little bit here. We kind of see the takeover, and then King manages to get tied up. King catches a few martial arts chops and other illegal or questionable tactics there. Then we kind of see King does pick up the victory towards things. Very towards the very end of the contest, King kind of takes over a little bit, but he's not made to look super strong. Wrestling 2 manages to come in, and we have the new Mr. Wrestling 2 versus Magnum TA for the North American Championship. Of course, Magnum looks like $1,000,000 with the new belt. The new Wrestling 2 kind of is unhappy there, and the two Wrestling 2s, for lack of a better term, are beating each other up. Magnum waiting around, kind of looking weak as champion, as I guess you would say one Wrestling 2 takes the other Wrestling 2 out, leaves him laying on the floor, sends him into the post, and ultimately Magnum TA takes the scraps of what's left, for lack of better terminology. Magnum TA, of course, not a guy who's going to back down from a fight by any stretch of the imagination. Almost gets tripped up, but tries to roll things over into a back suplex and hits the back suplex. Magnum, of course, multi-time North American champion, and looks really good here. He remains with the promotion at least through, I'm pretty sure, the end of the year. And if not, leaving very close to the end of the year. Anyway, the new Wrestling 2 takes things down, hits Magnum between the eyes with a couple of shots. Magnum tries to fight back to his feet. There's a little bit of brawling there. The brawling is not overshadowed by the fact that Magnum is the more powerful of the two men, but he is not willing to take a full backward step. The attempted pinfall, and ultimately Wrestling 2 lets the man out the back door. That doesn't bode very well for him, but it is what it is, and Magnum comes back with a series of shots, short knee by the new Wrestling 2, and it looks like he's going to finish Magnum off. He gets a little cocky. Magnum is unimpressed. Vertical suplex gets him up and over, and almost hits kind of like a brainbuster, kind of a hanging delayed suplex, and again, there we go. Some hard shots there. Irish whip and a big back body drop by Magnum TA. Magnum sends the man up into the lights, and ultimately belly to belly suplex, and gets the 1-2-3. Magnum still your champion. Butch Reed and Buddy Landel against Mark Reagan and Action Jackson. Obviously, Jackson and partner are not the ideal person to be going against. Reed and Landel. Reed and Landel still very happy with their tag team deal. Landel going to be taking more of a role here in the area over the next little while. Bookers are going to change, as mentioned. But Jackson catches Landel right under the chin with a drop kick. Doesn't get all he wants on it. Does get enough, though. Roll up by Jackson, and nearly pins Landel. Reed comes in to try and make the save, but it's not necessary. Landel sends the man in and catches him, lands him on his feet. Anyway, Reed takes a cheap shot or two along the way, and oddly enough, Landel needs a little help, gets a shot, and then Butch comes in, cleans house, uses his power moves, and Herks Jackson up with a suplex, takes him over pretty aggressively, assertively, and manages to do everything he possibly can, tags off, and ultimately manages to do a good job with the shoulder tackle, and Reed gets the victory for his team. Then we go to the last match of the day, which is Crusher Khrushchev against Leaping Lanny Poffo. Poffo here for another couple months yet, and they are given about 6 minutes or so. Of course, Poffo has not really found a full-time role that is good for his career. Poffo with a few drop kicks under the chin of Khrushchev. It takes the arm drag takeover and keeps the man going on the canvas a bit. Hard shots there. The snapmare takeover and the elbow drop by Khrushchev doesn't hook the leg, and thus the later the genius out the back door. Khrushchev launches him with a kind of delayed body slam there, sends him into the ether, so to speak, and the headlock takeover. Poffo tries to fight out, can't get what he wants, and the clawing at the man, kind of going at it. Body slams along the way, and Khrushchev, really dominant, gets the man up across the back with the backbreaker, and the referee finally does stop the match and the bell, and we close the beginning of June here in Mid-South in this time frame, and we will be back with more right after this.